Sunday. It's race day. We are in the lanes. It's about a little over 70 degrees. Got a nice wind going. We are the 6th pair. We got Antron. No, we do not. We do not have Antron Brand. We've had a whole fight about that because the NHRA's site was wrong. Drag Race Central, you're right. We got Sean Reed. We're going to go up here and get after it.
That car might have started to pull the tires loose down track. 392 at 259 through second with Joe. And at the starting line, stand by with a VIP. Joe.
Are back. A win is a win. It wasn't pretty. We were in the left lane. Not one person won out of the right lane. So we are not going to have lane choice. And we'll have Steve Torrance next. He said it was ugly down there. I don't know. I think he went to go. It went in smoke. So they shut it off. Sean Reed had his own problem. So on to the second round. Up in the lane. Second round. We got Steve Torrance. Looks like we're first pair out. I don't see anybody in front of us. I haven't confirmed that yet. But we're going to go up here and we're probably going to be in, I would say in the left lane, but we don't have lane choice. So whatever the lane that Steve don't want, that's when we're going to get in. Funny car on the first round. They had some big upsets over there. Julie Natas takes out Jack Beckman. He smoked tires. Still, she had a good run. And welcome to Funny Car, like I said in my recap. Austin Crock, Buddy Hull knocks him out again. He knocked himself out. He smoked tires too. Track is tricky. Alright, y'all. Track 1. Smoked the tires. Freaking tricky track. Oh well, on to the next. Alright, location change. So semis, you saw, not semis, second round. Steve beat Clay. Langdon beat Hart. He had a big blow up. Stewart had to buy. And then Justin Ashley beat Brittany Force. And guess what? Every one of those 4 people were in the left lane. Sucks. Anyway, semis is going to be Stewart versus Steve-O and Langdon versus Ashley.
With Steve Torrance trying to end that streak and return to the final round himself. Here we go. Semis of Top Fuel. Tony off the line first. And Steve Torrance does end the streak by 0.02 of a second. The best drag race of the day goes to the 4-time world champion, and Steve Torrance is back in the final round. The winner in Bristol as well. Steve Torrance awaits. 0.40 for Justin Ashley. Tire smoke for Sean Langdon. And Justin Ashley continues his dominance here in Bristol. A 385.8. And Steve Torrance earns lane choice by 1,000th of a second.
All right, so funny car, second round. Daniel Wilkerson beat Julie Natas. She smoked tires. Dave Richard over Cruz. Paul Lee over Buddy Hull, who hit the sand trap really hard, and I'll show that in just a second. Ron Capps over J.R. Todd. So the semis are going to be Paul Lee versus Daniel Wilkerson and Ron Capps versus Dave Richards.
Along with Johnny Lindbergh. Buddy Hull. Can he pull off a second upset today? Not going to happen here. Paul Lee gets over by the wall, goes 403, 316 miles per hour, and sends Silver Sport, McLeod, and FTI into the semifinals. Paul was off the starting line first. Buddy Hull's got no chutes. Hang on. Buddy Hull is all the way into the net on the top end of the racetrack. No parachutes for Buddy Hull. He goes bouncing into the net. The net stopped the race car, and the roof hatch is already open on that Moon Eyes machine, which is generally a sign from funny car drivers that we're all right. And here comes Buddy climbing out the top of that car. He is going to be disappointed and frustrated, but thankfully Buddy got the car woed up enough to keep it from getting too far into the net. It happens here with Buddy Hull's car. Paul Lee's off the starting line first. Paul Lee's car makes a good run, 403. It's a good run. Buddy starts moving around. Paul puts a cylinder out. That's what gets him over by the wall. Now Buddy's spinning the tires. Only 279 miles per hour through the lights. And look, no shoots for Buddy. Still at this point, the chute's not deployed for Buddy Hull's machine. The camera moves over to Paul Lee here because Paul won the round. You can see even Paul's car bouncing. The shutdown area is pretty bumpy here. That doesn't help when you're trying to slow the machine down. Now, right now, the camera guy goes, uh-oh. And here comes Buddy. Now, I don't see the chutes dragging behind the car at this point. So while they are open, here they come. While they're out of the pack, they never have an opportunity to deploy. And even when they come out there, they're wrapped up behind the car. It takes the sand to knock the chutes out, and then 1, 2, 3 big hops, and that's a pretty heavy hit. Wilkerson right, semifinals, funny car, ready. Well, they take their time getting in. 2,000 difference on the starting line, and at the finish line, it's going to be Paul Lee going back to the finals, a 399.5 at only 289 miles per hour. Paul Lee awaits the funny car final. This time it's Caps off the line, and Dave Richards immediately takes the tire off. Caps off the throttle early. He was there for the taking. A 437 at 213 miles per hour.
Pro stock car is going to be, well, in the second round, Aaron Stanfield beat Cody Coughlin, David Quadra with a whole shot over Derek Kramer, Dallas Glenn over Matt Latino, and then Greg Anderson over Eric because she shook the tires. And then afterwards, I'm sorry, I don't know really exactly what happened, but they had a big scuffle on the starting line between the Quadras, which is Elite, and the KBM, which is Greg Anderson and them. So more to come on that, I hope. And if y'all know, tell me in the comments because I haven't got that information as I'm filming as we go. Semis is going to be Dallas Glenn versus Aaron Stanfield and Greg Anderson versus David Quadra.
The semis of Mission Foods Pro Stock Eliminator are set. Stanfield shakes the tires and Dallas Glenn goes wire to wire. 667.1, 206 miles per hour. And Dallas Glenn punches his ticket into the final round. Or will David Quadra pull off the upset? It's David off the line first by a couple of hundredths of a second. Here comes Greg, and on the top end of the racetrack, Greg Anderson becomes the second driver in NHRA history to win 1,000 rounds of professional competition, a 664 at 206 miles per hour.
All right, Pro Stock Motorcycles, second round. Chase Van Sant beats Matt Smith on a big hole shot. Matt was 135 on the tree, went 688. Van Sant's 007 695 and takes the win over Matt. I don't know what happened to Matt. Gage over Angie. Braden Davis, which I'm told he's out of the PDRA, and he's kicking tail first race for Vance and I. Gianna Evaristo went red, and then Gatson had to buy Richard Gatson. So it's going semis. It's Chase Van Sant versus Richard Gatson, and then Braden Davis versus Gage Herrera.
With the big hole shot win over Matt Smith in round 2. Not the case here. Chase turns it red by 0.02 of a second. Richard Gatson was not leaving the door open. 011 on the Christmas tree, 691 at 192 miles per hour, and Richard Gatson cashes his ticket into the final round. That is Gage Herrera on the right side of the racetrack. He is the reigning world champion 2 times in a row. He is the defending event champion, and he is not going to take Braden Davis likely. Oh, Braden Davis has issues on the starting line, and Gage Herrera is going to get it done. An 013 reaction time and a 689.5. Gage will pick his lane in the final round.
Promont, I apologize, I did not have the ladder on my recap if you went and checked that out, but I got who won on the second round. Ricky Smith over Al Belushi, Billy Banica over Mason Wright, Mike Stravinos over Alex Laughlin, J.R. Gray over Stevie Fast Jackson, who went red, but Stevie Fast Jackson actually lost in first round to Jordan Lazick. But when they got down there and at the top end after first round, they ticked Jordan Lazick. He still had the pin in his fire suppressant system, just an oversight. So he got DNQ'd. They put Stevie Fast back in. Semis is going to be Ricky Smith versus J.R. Gray and Mike Stravinos versus Billy Bannick.
Nitrous oxide in the left lane. That big behemoth Pat Musi power plant at 959 cubic inches. Who's going to the light first?
I don't know. It's Ricky.
They're in.
Tricky. Here we go. Take it out.
He's still purging the nitrous oxide over there. He's got a tight bottle. That means he's in fully staged. Gray comes in, lights it out. Beautiful leave off the starting line. Gray's got him covered by a bunch at this point, but look at the top end. 581 to a quicker 5.80. A whole shot victory. 0.14 to an 0.45. One to the light. Billy's fully in right there in the right lane. Here comes Mike Stravinos. They're off on the green. Man, 0.25. Stravinos has got him on a whole shot down to the top end. Will he hold on to it? He does. Look at it. Number 579. That's the quickest run of the weekend, I believe, at 247 miles per hour.
All right, y'all. Pro Mod Finals is going to be Mike Stravinos versus J.R. Gray.
Pro Mod, final round for Bristol. Stavrinos flickers the bulb. He's in first. Here comes JR. They're off. Stavrinos with a 5,000ths starting line advantage to the stripe. Who has the better race car? It's JR Gray. 576.2. Low ET of eliminations. Incongruity Pro Modified. Low ET of the weekend.
All right, congrats to J.R. Gray. That was a fast run. I mean, after they've had rain, they just had to redo the track. Pro Stock Motorcycle, Richard Gaston versus Gage Herrera.
Thunder Valley Nationals, ready to go. Gatson grabs himself the starting line advantage. And at the finish line, Richard Gatson has won his first national event. The answer to the question is today, Sunday, June 8th, 2025, when Richard Gatson becomes a Pro Stock Motorcycle national event winner. He does it on a whole shot. Hannah.
Congrats to Richard Gadsden. That was cool to see. That's his first NHRA. He was very emotional in his, I wouldn't say, I mean, it ain't like he cried or nothing, but you could tell he was very, very appreciative of that first win. That's something you'll never, ever forget. Congrats to him. Funny car is going to be Ron Capps versus Paul Lee.
Super Grip Thunder Valley Nationals, ready to go. Capps with a big starting line advantage and a great drag race to end the night. Ron Capps is back. 395.7, 328 miles per hour. Ron Capps gets his first win in 643 days.
Well, like they said, Ron Capps is back. Congrats to Ron Capps and that whole crew. Top fuel is going to be Steve-O Torrance versus Justin Ashley.
As Steve looks to reassert himself in the World Championship hunt. Final round, top fuel. Justin's 0.47, he smokes the tires. Steve with a pedal. Steve Torrance gets it done here at Thunder Valley. It's a 4:02 at 325 miles per hour, and Steve Torrance picks up the 60th win.
And congrats to Steve Torrance. That's 2 weeks in a row that Clay's lost to the winner of the race. We got some buddies over there on Steve's team. Congrats to them, Justin Crossland, Chris Martin. Those guys came from Clay's crew when they were kids. But anyway, congrats to them. Congrats to all the winners of the day. Appreciate all you guys hanging out with the live feed. We had big numbers on the live feed, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching, liking, subscribing, all these recaps. Leave me a comment. You know I love them. I'm going to put Sean Langdon's run, a blow up, in this next clip, and we will see you. I won't be live in Virginia, but I will be live in Norwalk, but I'll have the recaps. Come back and check me out. Bye.
Langdon off the line first. The TechNet car, they both smoke the tires. Josh pedals, and Sean backfires the supercharger, just laid into the throttle down.